Oh, hi there. I'm Dan Emmerich, one of Swords, Activision's community manager, and hello and welcome. I'm going to try the YouTube thing again, because what I was doing before on YouTube, frankly, bored me. So I thought maybe something a little less formal, a little more immediate, and a little more interactive with you, the people that want to know things about Activision. I am pretty good at finding out things about Activision, because this is where I work. I wanted to actually start out, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this, but I hope to do sort of weekly videos. I'll do them on different topics, maybe if it's a historically important week for Activision, or if there's a big news story, maybe I'll talk about that. But if in doubt, I always want to be here to answer your questions, and that's not something that I do on YouTube right now. So we'll start with a question I had from somebody from YouTube, or I'm sorry, from Facebook. Isaac Morales is a huge Crash and Spyro fan. And as you may know, Activision currently holds the IP to both of those characters. Spyro has gone on to star in Spyro's in the Skylanders series, but Crash Bandicoot has not. Crash Bandicoot has not been seen for a little while. I've been joking that he's been kicking back with his feet up on a beach enjoying a drink. But Isaac asked, "Hey, I heard that there was a fan-based Crash Bandicoot game being developed, like, just a fan project to bring the series back, the original game, to redo it in HD, and he heard a rumor that they were actually speaking with Activision about the permissions that they would need to release that, and if they get that go-ahead, does that mean that Activision has no plans for Crash, and that, like, fans should just submit their own ideas to bring him back?" No, that's not really the way it works. A little bit of recent history, a couple of years ago, there were some King's Quest fans, and King's Quest is another IP that Activision owns, another game franchise. And they wanted to make their own King's Quest game, and they had been working on it for years and years and years. And then sort of when they were getting really close to the finish line, Activision came in and said, no more. And that needed to be worked out, because the fans actually were given permission after they talked with Activision, and they sort of explained everything they were working on, and you needed that dialogue in order to understand what was going on. So that project was called The Silver Lining, and it did come out. So that sort of set a precedent that if you're working on a fan project and you want to one day release it, then you probably should contact Activision and figure out what it is that they need from you in order to understand what you're working on, and everybody kind of winds up happy. Now, don't take permission to fan projects, which are done on an individual basis. Don't take that to mean, oh, well, then I guess they just don't care about the IP or the character, or they're never bringing them back. That's absolutely not true. I'm not currently aware of any plans for Crash to come back in a game at the moment, but two things. One, that could change at any moment, and B, I don't know everything. So, don't take that as sort of like, oh, we're never going to see another Crash game. Instead, say, hey, I wonder if that fan Crash game is going to see the light of day. That would be cool. So I don't know where that fan Crash game exists right now. I don't know how close they are to release or how seriously they're talking with Activision. But just because fans are working on something and might even get permission to release it does not mean that Activision no longer cares about that character and you can do whatever you want. They still very much care about that character, and I hope that we'll see Crash someday again soon. So, if you have a question for me, write it. Write it to YouTube at oneofswords.com, ONEOFSWORDS.com. That's also where I keep all of my stuff. I have a podcast. I have a daily blog. I have a lot of giveaways. So if you like free stuff that have to do with Activision, you'll probably want to come by my website. But if you've got a question specifically for me to try to answer or address on a video, go ahead. Send it to YouTube at oneofswords.com. And hopefully I'll be doing this again real time in real time, yeah, but real soon as well. So I'll see you over at oneofswords.com. Until then, bye.